Puka traders, what's up? My name is Wilson, and we are doing a Magic Online draft. As you can see, we have opened one of the best rares in the set, Gilt-Leaf Winnower. It is essentially a Necrotal with evasion. And it's a huge Necrotal. It's a 4/3. It's an amazing card. It's an amazing card. We're going to be taking this. Passing Anointer of Champions, Separatist Void Mage, Gear per Gear Crafter. Those are all worth noting. Bam. Gilt-Leaf Winnower. Get on the team. Alright. Next pick here. Well, we got a couple options. There's a Will Breaker, which I don't know. I don't think that this card's super great. I mean, this with like a Throwing Knives is like pretty infinite, but then like if they kill this creature, then they get all their creatures back. So I don't know about that. There's a Blightcaster, Eyeblight Assassin, Aspiring Aeronauts, Stalwart Aven, Spirit Orchard, Majoring Bully. I'm gonna stick with the Blightcaster. I think that's pretty fine. Staying on color, it's a very good card. Now we can start picking up enchantments. Even play like, good enchantments like Grasp of the Hieromancer, or even kind of like bad enchantments like maybe Mantle of Webs. But we'll take a Blightcaster here. Be pretty happy with that. Alright. Let's see. There's Goblin Pile Driver. There's also a Zendikar's Royal, which I really like. It's just one of these cards where when you play it on 5, you start getting into the late game, and if you're in a top deck war with your opponent, and he's or they are top decking, lands and spells, and you're top decking lands and spells, it turns your lands into something productive. So I think Zendikar's Royal is very, very good. There's also a Fetid Imp and a Crowan Sergeant and a Scrapskin Drake. I feel like making a point with Zendikar's Royal. I think it's really, really that good. Fetid Imp is fantastically good, though, and it's in our colors. Zendikar's Royal could open us up into some elf strategies. I am going to take the more fun card, and the card that I am, on my soapbox about. I'm going to take Zendikar's Royal. Follow that up with taking yet another 5-drop, but it's a very good 5-drop. Unholy Hunger to kill creatures. Kill our opponent's creatures. I just noticed also Zendikar's Royal is an enchantment for Blightcaster. So going Blightcaster into Royal, is pretty good. It's not like it does nothing when you play it. But we'll take Unholy Hunger. There's nothing else in this pack for us. No green. So, I don't know. Something to think about. Yevva's Force Mage is fine. Dark Petition is good, but, we only have one instance, so I don't know how quick we're going to turn on Spell Mastery. There's 2 Water Coursers here. One here, one very foil, one not very foil. Yevva's Force Mage. I mean, Yevva's Force Mage is a card that I really don't mind playing. Dark Petition, I think that we can completely dismiss that. And I think the next best card here is one of the Water Coursers. I'm going to take the Yevva's Force Mage and just cut off green. And if green is there, then that's great. If it's not there, then, we don't need these cards. Llanowar Empath is pretty good. It is I think they said it's bigger Elvish Visionary. The other cards in here are very much not playable. Like, I don't think Despoiler of Souls is playable. I don't think Undead Servant is playable. I think we'll take the Llanowar Empath. Be pretty happy with it. Also, another elf. Just so happened to be doing that. Orchard Spirit's a pretty good card here. If we pick up something, Veteran Side Army, or Sword of the Animist, or, Throwing Knives, Orchard Spirit would be very good. So I think Orchard Spirit's the pick here. Black all of a sudden dried up pretty quickly, but our black cards are easily the best cards in our deck. So I don't know. We could go a lot of different directions here. Now we can pick up a Fetid Imp. I think this is a very good card, and I think it ranks up there with some of the premium removal, because it also has power and toughness, And it also just kills anything. It's just, you know, it's a Doomblade. It's pretty good. I like it. Also kills flyers. I mean, you know, that's better than things like, you know, Plummet. But, you know, it actually kills everything. So, let's see. There's Anissa's Pilgrimage, which works very well with Zendikar's Royal. There's Rabid Bloodsucker, which is just another 5-drop. And I believe that we already have 3. And then things like Touch of Moonglove. I'm going to take the Nissa's Pilgrimage right now. I don't think that we'll be playing it, so we'll put it over here. Willbreaker came back. That kind of shows it's not a great card. Mantle Web's Titanic Growth. I'm going to take the Titanic Growth here. I mean, making bad Mantle Webs good through Blightcaster, you know, 2-card combo rather than just 1-card combo. I will go with the 1-card combo. Veteran Sidearm for our Orchard Spirit. We have a bunch of X2s, so I don't think Chandra's Fury is going to be that troublesome against us. So we'll take the Akroan Jailer, because people just play this card. This is a bad card. Don't play this card, people. Taking an Enlightened Ascetic, because Reclaim is bad, a Slug, and a land. I like where we're at right now. We do have kind of a backdoor elf strategy. If we open up the Elf Lord here, I think we would end up taking that. We don't. We do see a Gnarl Root Trapper, though. 2 very good cards that are not in our colors. 3 very good cards that are not in our colors. 4 very good cards that are not in our colors. There's also an Elvish Visionary. So there's Gnarl Root Trapper and Elvish Visionary. Will Gnarl Root Trapper wheel? That's the question. If we take Elvish Visionary, because Elvish Visionary is something that that we would definitely want, and Gnarl Root Trapper, not exactly what we want, but it'd be really cool to take something like this. I haven't done the elf deck yet, so that could be interesting, you know, playing this on turn 3 instead of turn 4, you know, playing this on turn 2. I think, oh gosh, this is tough. This is really tough. I don't think the Gnarl Root Trapper will wheel. We did see a lot of late elves, although this is not a very good late elf. I'll take the Gnarl Root Trapper. I mean, it doesn't ramp us at all to anything else, but it does let us play like Guiltleaf Winnower earlier, and it turns these into like Death Touch creatures later. I don't know. It may not be the right pick there, but it's certainly the most fun pick. So now we can take actual Grizzly Bear with, you know, small amount of upside, maybe some more upside. Is it better than Freeka's Disciple? This is another tough call. The other enchantments in green, there's the Mantle of Webs. I can't really think of anything else that is playable. Well, Freeka's Disciple is very good. Well, you know, it is easier to pick up 4-drops in this format, so I think I'm going to take the Herald, because there are things like Weight of the Underworld that will take up our 4-drop slot, and, you know, Herald is fine. Like, we could play Zendikar's Royal on turn 4. Sure. And, you know, it also takes up slots with more land or empaths, you know, playing those on turn 3. As we said, we're fine. Yeah, Jesse and Thief going by. That's a pretty good card. Enshrouding Mist, Zendikar's Incarnate, Zendikarnate. We'll take another Line of War Empath. And now we can take an Elvish Visionary here. That's pretty good. Over Shambling Ghoul. Yeah, I think we're kind of doing the elf thing. I've never done it before. I don't know how much you know, how much weight this this strategy holds. But we'll take a Weight of the Underworld here. There's a Nantuko Husk, another Titanic Growth. Things like Ruined Servitor is not really what we want. But Weight of the Underworld is pretty good. Works well with the Herald of Pantheon. Works well with Blightcaster. Sure. Sure, we'll take a Weight. I don't think we're going this deep. I think we could go this deep, though. Each opponent who doesn't control... So this isn't even, like, helping your elves. It's just like, hey, if your opponent didn't take elves, like, cool. We'll take Afrika's Disciple. It's much better. It's just a much better card. Another one of these guys. I think we'll take a Vastwood Gorger here. Sometimes, you know, keyword fat is good. So we could do that. Snissa's Pilgrimage, you know, looking like it could be a card, but, you know, we're not there yet. We're not there yet. There's another Yeva's Force Mage. There's also a very good sideboard card with Aerial Volley. I'm going to take another Yeva's Force Mage. Just makes this Gnarl Root Trapper better, and, I mean, sort of. We don't really want to play Yeva's Force Mage on 2, but, like, you know, making our attacking elf creatures gain Death Touch. You know, having this gain Death Touch, and also the +2/+2 is not nothing. Alright, nothing really good here. A Night Snare for the board. I don't know about that. Maybe another Veteran Sidearm. I don't think we'd even play the first Veteran Sidearm. We'll take a Night Snare for the board. I don't know. There may be some sort of strange backward scenario where we end up playing that card. Alright. I think that this was the pack with the Elvish Visionary, and the Elvish Visionary's gone. Which makes sense. It's a very good card. So do we play Revenant or unplayable cards? We'll take a Revenant for the board. I don't think that this is a Revenant deck, but you know, it's spirits. I like drafting spirits. Very good Caustic Caterpillar for the sideboard. I don't think we're playing a Nissa's Pilgrimage. I don't even think we're playing the first one. But we can play this Caterpillar. It's a pretty good card. You know, if opponent has things like, oh, I don't know, Sword of the Animist, Sigil of the Empty Throne, you know, all kinds of different cards. This card is very good. Alright. Call the Full Moon, Touch of Moonglove, Mono Moons left. We'll take a Call of the Full Moon. It's pretty good. I don't want to play against it. It gets in your renowned creatures. Cataclysm Slug or Deep Sea Terror. We'll take the Slug. We may play that. And a Yoke Dox. There's a foil Yoke Dox. Means it's better. I think. I mean, that's usually what it means. Okay. Few very good cards to choose in this one. There's a Dwinnen's Elite, a Conclave Naturalist, Wild Instincts, and Deadbridge Shaman. Oh boy. Some very good cards in here. I think that it's probably the Wild Instincts. The Dwinen's Elite, sure, they're good. We do have elves. We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 elves. But this may wheel, because there's another very good green card, and another card that maybe you'd take over the Dwinen's Elite. The Elvish Visionary is already gone, so that's something to keep in mind. Yeah, I think it's just Wild Instincts, you know, removal spells. They're good, and this is one of the better removal spells, so we'll take that one. Another Wild Instincts. There's a Bounding Crassus, also another Deadbridge Shaman. Looks like they're almost in the same place. Same print run, sure. Thopter Spy Network. It's a good card. It's worth mentioning. Alright, so here's another... I mean, we have infinite 4-drops. We can't really do that. It's either Deadbridge Shaman or Read the Bones. We only have 13 creatures, too. So, well... We only have 13 creatures, too. So, it's really now between Deadbridge Shaman and Read the Bones. Deadbridge Shaman is an elf. We could play it on turn 2. That's kind of wild. Read the Bones is very good. I'm going to take the Deadbridge Shaman. That turn 2 Deadbridge Shaman sounds just so appetizing. Here's an interesting question. Is Shadows of the Past. We do have things that would trade. So maybe Shadows of the Past is where we want to be. There's also another Blightcaster. But we only have one enchantment. This will be our second enchantment. Sure. Let's take Shadows of the Past. That might be kind of good in this deck. I don't think Blightcaster is going to be where it's at, seeing as how we only have one. But it makes the Herald a little bit better. And also it's just a good card. This also trades off too. So get those 4 creatures in our yard. Yeah. This one, there's nothing really for us. There's a Return Centaur and a Mantle of Webs. Orbs of Warding, I don't think is a real card. Well, I think that we should just take something like maybe Sigil of Valor. It's good with an Orchard Spirit, and, you know, we may play it. It's pretty good. So, we'll just take that. I don't know, is Overrun good? Probably. There's a Spider and a Vine Snare and a Starfish and a Warhorn and things, but we're taking we're taking Overrun because it's very good. And I don't see how that's something that can just slip through the cracks. You know, just a casual Reeve Soul. I can't even say it. I'm that excited. Why is this card still here? This is another like Doomblade. This card's very good. Quite happy to have that in our deck. Well, you know, first she makes the potion, then she gives it to her brother, and then Chandra goes nuts. None of these cards are very good. Let's take a Dark Dabbling. We may play that. I don't know. I think that this is probably our deck right here. And if we get anything that's, you know, an upgrade, you know, something maybe better than Shadows of the Past, maybe like another Elvish Visionary to replace this Herald of the Pantheon. There's a couple good cards in our first pack that may wheel. We're going to see them right here. No, we have one more pack, and then we get to see them. So, I don't know. I like where our deck is. I like it. It looks good. Turn 2 Deadbridge Shamans. Alright. Ooh, another Deadbridge Shaman. Yeah, we could take that. I think it's better than Nantuko Husk. Well, not better, but better for our deck. Alright. Well, all those good green cards didn't wheel. It's a Bounding Crassus. We'll just take this Bounding Crassus away from someone for not giving us any of our green cards. We take away your green card. Green-blue card, of course. Read the Bones came back. Holy cow. We took a Deadbridge Shaman over Read the Bones, and it came back? What? That's pretty great. Alright, I took out a couple cards. I took out Blightcaster and Shadows of the Past. I don't think that we're doing that, and I don't think we're doing any of these. I'm going to take this Maritime Guard, so we don't have to play against it. And Psychic Rebuttal, because who knows? Demolish, and a land. Alright, cool. Alright, so I think that this is going to be our deck. We went 9 forests, 8 swamps. I can't really see anything in the sideboard here that I'd really want. We do have this Blightcaster, Shadows of the Past, you know, sideboard here. We have a Caustic Caterpillar, an Estus Pilgrimage to help things out, Revenant if we do go down maybe this path where we're trying to get cards into our graveyard, some creatures into our graveyard. You know, this thing can become like a 4/4 flyer for 5. It's not bad. But yeah, I think that this is pretty good, and we'll see you all for round 1.